which is exported, from Europe. And the last observation is, where is Tanzania? But I think, my friend you are also a chairman of a party, and of course a veteran, very experienced. You might have your own, assessment. But at least from these indexes, which of course, as I said, we should not take them as given. Africa is considered, just like many African countries, as a partly free country. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. And I think those who have raised questions on my presentation, Malekela, you say this to bring this amazing performance of the military, and we are citing Egypt. But one thing that we are forgetting is just, you remember the Arab Spring, which has just happened very recently. Arab Spring, which is spontaneous uprising of the people. It was people in the streets. And this is a point where I think I had something in my presentation where I said the military cannot rule if there's no minimum support. It must have at least minimum support from the people. But when people are fed up, that was, the Arab Spring. People on the street, the military went out with their tanks, with the guns, with everything, and they could not stop them. So you have a situation like that. So when President Qatar, I think he has that in the back of his mind. Professor Sali, you brought a very, what I take away from here, the military democracy. And I agree with you. I think I said where military coups also brought very developmental, very innovative minds, and probably you could cite Museveni as one of them, the generals in suit. I don't know if you we should call him that. But do we also look at the metamorphosis? How do they, the Museveni that I know in 1986 and the Museveni of today, I don't know if they are the same person. I don't. Yeah. So you have to take that. Yeah. So now democracy. I think that there's been this debate, and it is a long-running debate of universalism versus cultural relativism. Whether democracy is universal and it can be applied to all countries, or whether it can be cultural specific. But then I agree with you when you say we should stop citing the Huntingtons and others. But now my question is, for instance, I talked about the shock therapy, the Washington Consensus. It was called the Washington Consensus. Now these are people who have very clearly thought about what they want and how they want to implement that. And now they're imposing it in Africa. I thought that was a moment for Africa to sit down and reflect and come up with something. I think I said, I don't know whether I got that time to talk about that. But where is that African position? Because it was, they call it one, I don't know, what is it? One pill cure or something, I don't know. Everybody was given the same therapy, everybody in Africa. And all of them tried to swallow it unquestioningly. So I think when we are blaming these guys, we should also look into our house and how far have we as Africans and our leaders set together and reflect our situations and at some point resist some of these things. But saying what is the alternative, I think we still have that opportunity.
Thank you very much, Professor Makubilo, Dr. Lupa Ramadhani, for your wonderful presentation, and also the answers you provide to our members who ask questions. I think they've really whet their appetite for more, because there are a lot of things we've discussed and a lot of things we can explore and exchange information. So I would like to end this session by saying two things. The first one, I remember Mwalimu in one meeting, I read somewhere in the papers for AU, he said, coup ni haramu. Whether it's a good coup or it's a bad coup. Any coup is illegal, haram. And lastly, the last thing I want to say, there is more time we can discuss this today until 6 o'clock. I see participants want to continue. They want to unakufunguka hapa ya aina yake. Therefore, I want to say thank you very much, and I wish you all the best. And we had our time for lunch. Let's all go and enjoy our lunch. Thank you.
Let's give them another hand of applause, please. Thank you very much, Honorable Ambassador, for chairing this session, and thank you for the presenter. As it has been said, we are going for lunch. Tunaenda kula. Naomba tusikilize.